Fight fans, fight fans, fight fans. Where we at? Where we at? Let's load up the chat. Got some hot news for you guys. Heavyweight boxing has its ups and downs, definitely. We got three on the chat. Kimbo Slice, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you, first in. What's happening? What's happening, man? Let's talk Alexander Povetkin. Povetkin. I hate that word. Versus Hughie Fury. Fabian Arsenio. AJ's the man. Teddy Turner. You're a good lad. What's up, brothers? Welcome. Welcome to the chat. I wasn't really going to do one today, but since, this fight has been announced, it has me really excited and very, very interested in seeing what's happening. Good afternoon to you, Fabian Arsenio. You know, um, Huey Fury. What can we say about Huey Fury? We'll wait. We'll wait till the chat gets a little higher. We got 14 on, counter punch to all 14 people, or 13, whichever. Right? Um, he signed with Matchroom. He fought Kuprat Pulev in his backyard. Right? Tiffany Wright, who? Alexander Povetkin versus Huey Fury. It's going to be on the undercard of Lomachenko. I want to talk about that today. Um, of course, we know about Dillian White. You know, Simon Coulthard. That's what's up. We think you are sound as a pound. Appreciate you, brother. Sound as a pound. That sounds good because it's over an American dollar. So definitely, I'll take it. Appreciate you guys and your support. But I want to talk to you guys about this heavyweight fight. Huey Fury, when you first sign with a new promoter, what do they normally do? You know, um, they normally take soft touches. You know, I know Huey Fury has a couple losses, but even though they want to come into the new promotional banner, kind of medium, passive, not aggressive. You know, Huey showed us like, hey, I'm ready. I'm really ready to get this on. You know what I mean? And he took on Alexander Povetkin, right? Alexander's nobody to mess with. He's one of those guys that had Anthony Joshua's legs shaking a little bit when he wrapped him with an uppercut and a left hook coming inside. You know, AJ said, "Nah, man, he didn't bother me. I wasn't rattled. No, I wasn't." I'm like, "No, you were. You were. He buckled you. I seen the legs. The legs don't lie. This is what Alexander Povetkin done. Okay." Huey Fury wants a piece of that. He wants a piece of that. That's what he wants, you know? And I got to take my hat off to him because he could have picked another fighter. He could have picked someone else that was less threatening, right? Less of a risk. But he does get a huge reward because who has beat Alexander Povetkin, right? Povetkin has been beaten by Vladimir Klitschko, unanimous decision, and Anthony Joshua, seventh round knockout. But I mean, who are they? They are the top people in the sport. At least Vladimir was. Anthony Joshua, he's still up there. He's just not at the very, very top. But mind you, look who has beaten him. Hall of Famer and possibly a future Hall of Famer. Top guys in the sport. Who is Huey? Huey is Tyson Fury's cousin that had a tough fight, had a good fight with Joseph Parker, and Joseph Parker won by a majority decision. That means one judge had it for Huey Fury, and the other two had it for or no, majority decision means that you had one win, then you had basically 1-1 and then half. Okay, so it's majority decision is one of the judges thought that Huey Fury won. Okay, and that's not a great convincing decision. Okay, Teddy Turner, big up from Manchester. I hope AJ cleans Ruiz. Hey, he has to do that. Everything's on the line now. The second fight is where it's at. We can rule out the first fight as a fluke or whatever, but that's where it's at. He has to deliver. So, you know, wish the best for him and his team. Yeah, AJ's the landlord, and Ruiz is going to pay rent soon. Well, you know what? Ruiz better pay. He might pay rent and the type of rent that he doesn't want if he doesn't sign that contract. So yeah, 2 wins and a draw. Right. Absolutely. Kimbo Slash. No, it's one of them. But it wasn't clear cut. In fact, a lot of people thought Ruiz beat Joseph Parker. So Joseph Parker's been in he's been in some type of uh, controversial decisions, right? And then ironically, karma has it he was in another one with AJ, but he first time in his career came up short. So that's something. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. H Money, the boxing voice. I exposed the LDBC on the boxing voice. Wow. Okay. You know, God of War. What's good, man? Just chilling, man. Just on the live feed. Giving you guys the rundown of Hughie Fury versus Alexander Povetkin. That's going to be a good fight. Hughie is definitely still hungry. He's been beaten by Kubrat Pulev in his backyard of Bulgaria. Okay. And he lost the majority decision against Joseph Parker. But other than that, that's his only 2 losses. And he's still a good fighter. He's tall, rangy, uses his height, but he comes right at you, you know. Mr. Landlord. I see Boxing Channel put out a video of AJ with discussion with concussion questions. This dude always around AJ, so now I believe it true. Ooh, Mr. Landlord, send me a link, please. Send me a link. I want to check that out, because I've been saying that. You know what I mean? Um, H Money, the boxing voice. Thank you. I try to be truthful. So therefore that makes me the truth. Hashtag counterpunch. Appreciate it, man. Wild concussion. Povetkin is a master of the overhand right. He is. And he rocked AJ with those. Loke dog. Good counterpunch, brother. He did. He did. He actually, you know, when AJ was stationary, he was able to leap inside and rip those punches off. And it got into the guard of someone like AJ. That's why fighting someone like Ruiz is dangerous anyways, because if he's like the same height, right? So if someone's with the same height, same leverage, they're going to give you the same problems. And the same problems he received from Ruiz. And I think Povetkin was actually a little bit more mobile than Ruiz. I think Ruiz was better at the combinations, right? So, but he did rattle AJ a bit. AJ came out with a little baby fro and a full full beard. You know what I mean? And he needed all of it because Alexander was coming. You know, Hughie is just as elusive as Tyson. He just likes to stand and trade a little bit too much. UK Madness X, that's true. I think he needs to decipher when and when not to trade. He's a smart fighter, but I think he's like Amir Khan. I think he's like Roberto Garcia used to be. They could box very well, but they get into exchanges and gets them in trouble. Okay, so that's true. I believe that. Hughie Fury, like again, he does have the reach. He can box, but I think he gets overzealous at times, and that's what can get him in trouble. And then if he does that against Povetkin, and we got to see what Povetkin does, man. Let me take a look at Povetkin's stuff. Um, Let's see. I used to amateurly box, Fabian. Back in the day, I did that in martial arts, taekwondo, then Muay Thai. Boxing has always been around. Kickboxing, then Taekwondo. You know, um, and then Goatee, which is like five styles, which includes American boxing, Dragon Tail Kung Fu, Jiu Jitsu, Aikido, and Taekwondo. So yeah, I've been around. Did that for like 6 years, and but I've always been in love with boxing. Boxing has just been my favorite thing. Especially when the UFC came out. I was like, okay, I like the striking. I like someone that stands and fights and kicks or whatever and strikes. But then the jujitsu game, I couldn't respect. I thought it was kind of gay at first because I really didn't, because that's down in Brazil. And what I know about Brazil, a lot of people they, it's taekwondo, kickboxing, Muay Thai is big down there, like Anderson Silva. But I didn't like it. I didn't respect it at first. So he made me, other fighters like Gracie, Royce Gracie, the Gracies, they made me respect it and what it is. It's ground game. So, but Ortiz versus Povetkin, good matchup. We deserve to see it before they retire. You know what, look, dog, I would love to see that fight because they're older. You can't say one's older than the other. They're the same damn age. They're born in the same year. Okay, so you're absolutely right. When these guys, if Povetkin beats Huey Fury, and and let's say Wilder takes out Ortiz, okay, at least let Ortiz fight someone like Povetkin to improve his resume. Because up until Deontay Wilder, who else has he fought? David Price, okay, um, Malik Scott, you know, um, who else? I think Christian Hammer gave him a tough fight. You know, who we must fight like? Man, I don't know. I have no idea. I try to work on certain styles. I like boxing and moving, but I like combinations too. You know, um, I love to use the jab. So Brian Jennings, right? Right, low dog, hashtag counterpunch. Hey, it's he did. Yeah, Jennings is like the best on his resume that he's beaten. You know, So yeah, they have Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz. Well, Andy Ruiz, kinda. I never looked at it like that, but yeah, he's on contract to fight on the zone. You know what I mean? So he has to do what they tell him to do as of right now. That's why I think Deontay Wilder was thinking more of his clique or his cult. That's why he didn't want that $100 million. You know what I mean? Universe 13, say I'm God of destruction. What's up, Counterpunch? What's going on, Counterpunch to you? Um, but who do I fight like? I don't know. Maybe Lennox Lewis, because I try to stay tall with it. And I find myself crouching and got to remember I'm not short. And someone short will take your head off if you bring yourself down to their level. You know what I mean? So G Bams LLC, you finally caught me. Congratulations. We're on this thing. You know, lost one. Got that Cuban Ortiz blood in you. Yep, that I do. Your style beat Ruiz, Kurt. I don't know. Ruiz is a tough fighter. I mean, you see the punches he took from AJ, even though the combination put him down, and it was a beautiful combination that put him down. But he got back up. He recovers well. So even if you hurt Ruiz, you got to be mindful that Ruiz, he's like one of them people that you beat, but then you have to be careful on what you do. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, try to finish him off. It's almost like backing someone up in a corner, and that's how he's going to fight you. So I don't know. Gorilla Gardener or Gardener. Greetings from Ireland. Big up Ireland. Do you think Ruiz and AJ fight might happen this year? It better happen this year, or you know what? If it doesn't happen this year, we're going to be in court. That's pretty much that. That's pretty much what Eddie's pushing towards. And I think I just uploaded a video about Eddie Hearn. I believe. Let's see. Yeah, yeah. Eddie's Eddie's pissed right now. He's pissed at a lot of people. You know what I mean? But he's still adding more heavyweights to the roster. Think about it. You got Joseph Parker, you got Anthony Joshua, you got Hughie Fury. You have a lot of these guys, and these guys mean something. You still have Dillian White. A lot of people, he's caught up into some shit right now, but he's still a part of the stable of Matchroom. You know, so Eddie has a stable of guys. And he has Usyk, absolutely. I mean, he has the stable. And then you look at the PBC side, like who is really over there right now? You got Charles Martin, Deontay Wilder. Who we got? Who else do we got over there? Andy Ruiz. You know, until he either wins or loses against um, AJ, but he's on contract to fight. You know, yeah, Charles the Prince, Heavy D, counterpunch. Efe Ajagba, right? They got a Jabba. So, hmm, to have Efe Ajagba, you have Charles Prince Martin, you have Kalnaki. You have Kalnaki. He's a good fighter. You know, Philip Hargrovic. Mm, okay. What height, man? I'm 6'3" and 16, and I was just wondering, would I be too small for a heavyweight division right now? I'm like 91 grams. Well, 91 grams. I don't know, kilograms. Dude, we don't use that over here. We use pounds, like the British pound. So I don't know what 91 kilograms really means in pounds. I could look it up, but I don't know off the top of my head. So sorry about that. I don't know. Joseph Parker, absolutely. He's on that. He's one of the names. Okay, what do you think of the French prospect Tony Yoka? He beat Dimitrenko in a better fashion. I don't know. I haven't really saw him, so I don't really couldn't really tell you. Dubois with KO Fury Fury and an easier win. Mind Perfecting. You know what, John Cook? We're probably going to find that out. Well, no. Dubois. He's a. Where's Dubois? Who's his banner? Who's he with? Oh, about 205. Yeah, well, 205, you're a heavyweight, sir. So, regardless if you feel you're too small or whatnot, the weight fits so you can get in the ring. Iron Horse SB, counterpunch to you. You know, but yeah. But man, this looks like a good fight. It just shows that Hughie means business. And I wonder about fighters like that. A lot of people like Hughie Fury doesn't get the credit that he deserves fighting the fights that he could fight, and he fights because a lot of fighters duck fights, avoid fights like Povetkin. Who else is wanting to fight Povetkin? Think about it. You know, if you could fight any boxer in history, who would I fight? Joe Louis. Yeah, I would fight Joe Louis. Joe Louis or Anthony Joshua. I like their style. I think I could compete with the style that they have. I'm 6'2" and a half, 6'3". Depends. A lot of people claim they're 6'2", and they look at me like, and I'm taller than them. They're like, no, you're 6'3". But you go to the doctor, you get a different diagnosis. So you're like, okay, what doctor did you go to, and who measured you? You know what I mean? So yeah, Callum Murray, yeah, about 6'3". Um, and of course you look taller on camera and all that stuff. So you know, Tiffany Wright saw the Wilder video. He talks about the rematches with Fury and Ortiz. He says it's exciting for the heavyweight division, but it seems like he's recycling opponents. He is recycling opponents, Tiffany Wright. Good counterpunch to you. Great counterpunch. That's all he's doing. You think about it. You fight Luis Fury, then you fight Dominic Brazil, then you fight Luis Fury. Like, what are you doing? That's counterproductive. He could have fought someone else. He could have fought Povetkin. That would have been a great fight because they were supposed to fight, and then it got all messy, and then they went to court, and then it got thrown out of court eventually. You know what I mean? Um, it is what it is. You know, so I don't know, Fabian Arsenio. I tell you what, Google Kurt DeVille and you'll see if I'm a midget or not. That's pretty much how you can tell. I think Kurt's a midget. You know, I've heard that. Some people like, you don't look tall. It's all right. I'm not supposed to look tall. Let me stand up, right? Um, oh, everyone's avoiding Efe Ajagba as well. You know, John Cook, that is true, but I'm gonna tell you why they are. There's no reward in it right now. You fighting Efe Ajagba, somebody that can clean your clock, and I just seen him against a Turkish fighter, and it was a good fight, very good fight, and it showed you that Efe Ajagba wasn't really ready for that length. I mean, not saying he wasn't ready, he didn't expect it, you know. He did not expect that particular fighter to go that distance with him, and he went the full 10 rounds, and he got some good points. And I'm gonna tell you this: I seen that fight actually about 2 hours ago, right? And let me look and see who he fought. Yeah, yeah. Demirizin, yeah, Erin Demirizin, right? And he fought him on July 20th. Now the guy can fight. He was undefeated also, you know, and he showed why he was undefeated. Both Olympians, two Olympians in there. And Efe Ajagba hit this guy with some bombs. He hit him with some good punches. And he did, unlike all these other guys did, he didn't fall, he didn't collapse, he didn't walk out of the fucking ring. You know what I mean? He did what he's supposed to do. Um, but yeah, Efe Ajagba, he really got the experience. And someone with some power, you know, because Efe Ajagba, he looks like he has this stone uh, poker face. If you look at him, it's like there's no give in him. You know, he's like a statue up there. You know, and he probably punches like a damn statue too. The only thing is, you know, I want someone with some power because we don't really know about his power at all. You know, Demareason, Demareason, I don't know if he gave him the business or not. I don't know what that really meant. I don't know if he had the punching power. You know, let's look at his record. You know, 10 wins, one loss. Um, they don't have his KO. Did he KO anyone? Okay, TKO'd Sergey Warweko, Rod Rashid, Michael Sprott, Jasmine Isaac. Um, okay, well, I mean, yeah, Alexander Pavliwik, Milos Dovidin. So, I mean, he had a good record, you know. Heavy D Dubois beats Efe right now. I don't know. I don't know. Let's that would be a good fight to see. That was probably would be one of the future heavyweight fights that we're going to want to see if these guys keep winning the way they are. So we'll see. Wilder versus Efe. No, I think Wilder would beat Efe right now simply because I seen how Demareason was able to catch him with these chopping right hands, and they were like looping right hands. And Wilder punches like that anyway. He chops, you know. He chops, you know. So everything say Wilder is the hardest puncher, but my question is, can he receive a power punch as well? Well, you know, we've seen him, G Bams LLC. We've seen him get clipped. We've seen him get buckled. We've seen him almost, well, I can't say almost was stopped because I don't think that referee would have stopped shit. He would have just let Ortiz do whatever and he'd have let Deontay Wilder hold him that whole fight. I believe that. So we've seen him get rocked, and he took punches, you know, but will knock Jabba's head off. Yeah, probably so. Because because you notice something else about a Jabba. I noticed today he does not have head movement. You know what I mean? He's a good puncher. He has good punch output and strong punches, but defensively he has flaws. And someone like Wilder that's standing a little taller than he is, he'll be able to target that right hand and he'll look for it and he will more than likely find it. So, but again, that's true. And anyone can be rocked in boxing. That's absolutely true. That's 100% fact. You know, but I think Hughie Fury is the guy to. He's challenging himself. You know, so he has big. Tony C, appreciate the words of encouragement. Counterpunch Boxing News on Facebook if you have that, or it's Kurt DeVille on Instagram. You know, but God of War. We'll just find out where to be found. Now, who's the up and coming heavyweights in the U.S.? Well, see, Efe Ajagba is Nigerian, so he fights out of Dallas or Texas somewhere. We have Adam Kaunaki. He's a good fighter. Chris Arreola, no, he's not up and coming. He's on his way out. And that's another fight I'm interested in seeing too. And that's coming this weekend, guys. We have Adam Kaunaki versus Chris Arreola, you know. And a lot of times those guys that have become, those gatekeeper guys, they put up one hell of a fight, not, instead of trying to be, or they don't want to admit are those gatekeepers, so they fight like hell to prove that they're not. So we'll see if that's the case in this situation with Adam Kalnaki, because Kalnaki he wants a knockout. He wants a knockout, bar none. So that's what he's looking for. Also Michael Hunter. That's right. You also have Trevor Bryant. That's Don King's last shining after the Mohican. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. We'll see what those guys have to offer. But no, these guys, Fury and Povetkin. I know Povetkin's been waiting to get back into the ring and show what he has to offer. And I don't know. I mean, it's risky. It's a risky fight. You know, it's a risky fight, period, for Hughie. Coming in, think about it, signing with Matchroom and fighting someone like Povetkin. Think about it. That says it all right there. That says it all. Um, Only one Tyson Fury. Y'all fucking shithouse. Michael O'Rourke. Yeah, counterpunch to you. I think Hunter's underrated and is a dangerous opponent for anyone. I think he is too. Why not? A lot of people don't get the opportunity until it's time to weird things happen. Look at Andy Ruiz. He wasn't going to get that opportunity normally. This was a weird way that he got that opportunity. So, you know, he's not. Who said Marcelo's Wilder was in the heavyweight division? He's a cruiserweight. It is what it is. If Klitschko comes back, Wilder won't fight him. G Bam, it depends on how he looks. If Klitschko comes back and he looks shitty, Deontay Wilder will fight him. But if he comes back and he murks someone quick, Deontay Wilder won't fight. I don't see him fighting him because he could always fight someone else easier. You know, but it is what it is. Out of war, Boxing Rex says he's fighting. He might move. Hey, who knows? He might try to. Because I cruiserweight. I mean, he got beat. Then he's supposed to have something in his system. Then no one else heard about it. No one else even. We didn't even hear what it was. We didn't even see the knockdown, the knockout. Like who don't? Why didn't anybody record that shit? You know, Luke Lazovic. I think Joshua beats Dubois. Experience aside, Joshua got more power, much more speed, and his chin isn't tested yet. I don't know. I think Dubois is faster and he can move more. So let's see. Universe 13 say I'm God of destruction. Tank had to hit his opponent at the moment because he couldn't get no punches in straight up. Toby Barley, what's up? Counterpunch to you. Fury engages with. Yeah, that's true. I think if he engages, which I know he's going to attempt to do, unless the game plan is to box. But if he tries that, hey, let me come at Povetkin. Povetkin's going to show him where Alexander was. You know what I'm saying? Yardy versus Kovalev. I don't know. Kovalev's been drinking, Simon. So Kovalev's been fucking up. So I don't know. He might. If you notice about Kovalev, Kovalev kind of half-ass comes in prepared. You know what I mean? He like I think he half-ass came in the Alvarez fight half-ass. So we don't know. You got supposed to be getting kicked off planes and shit. You know, Callum Murray. I have no idea about Kalnaki. He just has to keep winning. You know, um, I think he's ranked 8 or 7 in the WBC right now, so he could fight. Canelo will knock out Kovalev. That could happen. If Andre Ward can do it, why can't Canelo do it? So sure. Wilder only fights the wounded and sick. That's funny. Well, that's what you call matchmaking, padded resumes. That's how you do it. That's how you build up an opponent. It's smoke and mirrors. You make opponent think he puts them in there with a lot of fighters, and he knocks them out, and then what? If you had a career of fighting nobodies, the next best thing is to appear like you're fighting someone. Appear like, hey, this is a fight that we want to see. And they had the perfect scapegoat with Tyson Fury because they knew he hadn't fought in a while. They knew he probably more than likely, with all the stuff that he'd been through, would be an easy touch. So yeah. Luis Ortiz, he waited years before fighting him. He had many opportunities to fight Klitschko. Come on, it is what it is with Wilder. I mean, the resume's been padded. The resume is where it's at for a reason. But he hasn't had a loss for a reason too. It's called smart matchmaking. That could be a very bad thing, but it could be a good thing too, especially when you're forcing fighters like Fury. I think Fury shouldn't fight Povetkin now, but he is his own man. 24 years of age, you're taking on someone like Povetkin. I guess if he can't beat him now, he's not gonna beat him. So, but still, my hat goes off to any fighter that challenges himself. I just don't like people taking unnecessary punishment. I don't like to see that type shit because it almost looks like a bully tactic. Like, dude, give it up. You can't beat this guy. Someone throw in the towel. Trainer, what are you doing? Referee, what are you doing? Throw in the towel. This guy's getting beat up. Like Gotti and Mayweather. Massacre. Massacre. So Canelo is in no smart matchmaking. Is into smart matchmaking. Yeah, he is. You're fighting Kovalev because Kovalev's the weakest link. Fight Bivol or Bivol. Fight him. That's what I say. Alfie Jones. AJ is just hype. You know what, Alfie Jones? We have to see. We have to see how much hype, but then the things that he's done in a short amount of time. I know that's your opinion or whatnot, but this chat is about Povetkin, right? He's the dangerous guy fighting Fury, and Fury took this fight. Who beat Povetkin? AJ. So if you say Povetkin ain't shit, well, it's the same guy that Deontay Wilder was going to fight. They had signed a fight and all the drug shit went down, which wasn't Deontay's fault. Can't blame him for anything. But what I'm saying is that was going to be Deontay Wilder's step up fight, and he didn't get the opportunity, right? I don't know if he had it after the drug test, which he probably did, and the same thing he said about Povetkin is the same thing he said about Ortiz, and he ended up fighting Ortiz. So, you know, I mean, Tony C, I mean, it is a padded resume. They carried Deontay Wilder a long time. They wanted to build him up, build his name up, but they did a poor piss job of doing so. Let's just be real. Heavy D counterpunch. This Amir Khan and Billy Dibb didn't get paid. No cheddar in Jeddah. Well, that's funny. That's funny. Devin Haney will knock Loma and out Tank. Wow. Loma and Tank? I want to see it. All I can say is I heard that. Wilder fights ped users, haters. He the best. Okay. Vizio, there is no best heavyweight until they all fight each other. Absolutely. You can't say who's the best. You can say who looks the best, who appears the best, but until they fight each other, how will we ever know? Come on now, this is boxing. It's a process of people fighting each other, not a person that sells the most tickets, not a person that makes the most money, but the person that actually wins, that beats the opponents in front of them and ahead of them. That's how they do it. That's how we find out who is who. Okay? Let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it real. Yeah, eventually, Terry, when he becomes franchise champion. J.R. Bell was good. I'm surprised that Hughie Fury signed with Matchroom. I am too, because Tyson Fury and Eddie Hearn have been beefing big time. So I do, I am surprised that his first cousin, would go and sign with Matchroom. But hey, money talks, bro. Money talks. Who did Tyson Fury beat apart from Vladimir? Derek Chisora, right? You could say that. Derek Chisora. Steve Cunningham, right? Who else? Nobody really. What do you think about Loma ducking Devin Haney? I think he knows Lomachenko. I don't think he's ducking anyone. He understands what level he's on. Devin Haney is like Devin Haney said, he is a fucking contender. That's how he is. So you don't want to fight contenders. You want to fight champions. Especially Loma doesn't have much time. Loma has. That's why I encourage Loma to go to 140. I know it's dangerous up there, but that's testing yourself. You know. Yeah, he beat Wilder unofficially, but officially he had a draw. So what are we gonna do about that? We just got to run it back and see what happens. You know. And don't say that he won because he drawed. He destroyed Jasor. Derek has only just recovered. Every day, that's crazy. Loma might be guided to a select champ if he fought at 1-4. I don't know. Probably so. They're not crazy. They don't want to put him in there with like Regis Prograis, a tough bastard like that. You know what I'm saying? But you got to ask yourself, what's worth you testing to see if you're the baddest man on the planet, or trying to make the most money with fighting the less opposition possible, or the less risky? Because a lot of fighters fight like that. If you've seen how boxing is, that's why we don't see boxing matches like we want to see them. Okay. So Bob Arum said that Danny Haney signed with the wrong promoter because Loma is ducking Devin Haney. Could Usyk beat Joshua? Fresh 1066. I believe he could beat Joshua based on what we've seen. based on him being a southpaw in that stance. I just think that he needs to stay out of the reach of Joshua's punches because if Joshua hits him, he's gonna hurt him. He's a smaller guy. Let's just be real. But yeah, he can outbox him. But he'd have to do that whole fight, or he might stop Joshua if he hits him enough and catches him with the right punches. He's imperative, or he is, you know, his temple area is the weakest. Let's say that. Loma can't make 140. His body already looks weird at 135. I don't know, Loke Dog. I mean, it is what it is. What does he walk around at? That's what you need to find out. What does Loma walk around like? If he's like 130 pounds walking around, okay, I get it. But if he's 147, 145 walking around, he could fight at 140. Kurt fight fans will get tired of Wilder effect and start demanding best feet guys. I mean, I don't know. As long as you got guys that support him and they push agendas out and all this, yeah, I think he'll always be loved by somebody. Or if he's not, the LDBC and those guys are going to make it appear like that's happening. You know what I mean? So they're always going to take up defense for their brother, for the guy that they back. And again, a lot of these guys were. I think Prograis will beat Taylor. It's going to be a good fight, though. I think Prograis knocks him out. But Taylor's very, very talented. So, so. But anyway, guys, I was just chatting with you guys, let you know what's up with Alexander Povetkin versus Hughie Fury. It's coming soon, guys. Undercard of Lomachenko and Luke Campbell. You guys got to check that out. So tell me what you think, of course. And I'm signing off. Been fun chatting with you guys. I got things to do. Until then, you guys been counterpunching. Peace.